school social media remarks. Facebook comments have been pouring in after 4 people died.
But it's clear now that we didn't do enough to prevent these tools from being used for harm as well.
The government to investigate whether advertisers are taking advantage of young kids who use apps.
These kids who commit suicide, you go look at their Instagrams, you would have no clue.
It was created to connect us, but it seems to be used against us. An average person's life is spent staring at a screen, either trying to keep updated in the current gossip or searching for friends in social media. But how safe really is the world of social media? Today, we ask a variety of high school students and even professionals in the matter to find out.
I use most of them, I think. Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. I think I'm on LinkedIn, Twitter, Reddit. I mainly just use Instagram for like photography and for looking at inspiration, and then I'll use Snapchat when I'm like meeting with a friend or something. The only thing I know of from terms and conditions is that stuff with nudity is like blocked because Instagram has removed stuff.
While the true privacy of our lives online still remains unsure even by experts, it is important that we understand what we are dealing with concerning the terms and conditions we seem to blindly agree to every day.
That probably differs quite a lot. There are probably manufacturers that are trying to protect themselves as much as possible and also trying to collect as much data as possible. But that is once again something that you need to then operate based on trust. And the best way to protect yourself, of course, is to try to go 10 or 20 years backwards in terms of having just a basic feature phone that you cannot really do that much with.
Yeah, I use social media a lot, and I use Instagram, Snapchat, sometimes Facebook, and yeah, that's it. To be honest, I don't always feel safe on social media when I see about who looks at my post. To be honest, I have never read any terms and conditions, so I don't really know what I'm agreeing to. I'm public on Instagram because even though I'm public, I can still kind of see who sees my post or who follows me. And if I see someone that likes one of my pictures or someone that starts following me and I think they're kind of strange, I can still block them.
If teens in particular are oblivious to the dangers of social media in the online world. Well, I don't know about that, but many might be naive about what it means to live their life in public, or as I like to say, living your life out loud. Living your life out loud leaves you open to criticism, some of it very stinging and inappropriate, both for your age and in general as a human.
I don't really use social media because I never really felt the need to. My parents didn't let me when most people started getting it in 5th or 6th grade, and then once they let me, I just never really bothered. I feel like social media can or cannot be a safe place depending on how you use it. So long as you're careful and you take necessary precautions, you should be fine. If you use social media a lot, maybe think about why you use it so much. Some people use it to talk to friends or family who live really far away, and then that's fine. But if you're living your whole life online, then that might not be such a good thing.
I think that bad actors who cyberstalk or otherwise bully other people are the most negative effect of social media. On the other side, I've seen people in communities come together to support each other through the worst of circumstances, including death, divorce, and illness, as well as celebrate the awesome ones. I think that social media is one of the great communication advances of our lifetimes. But like any other invention, it can be used for good or bad purposes. It's been the same with the printing press, the telephone, television, the internet, and now social media.
I definitely use Snapchat the most, just to talk to friends and catch up with people I know. Yes, I read the terms and conditions. I don't remember now, but I remember when I did sign up, I did check to see, but I did skim it, I would say. There is some stuff in there about like sharing data and like analytics and stuff like that that I thought was a bit sketchy.
It's definitely something that is technologically possible. If you look at many of the Android phones, Google have developed very good voice-based recognition and interaction. And a large part of potential listening is to be able to assist the user in having a better user experience. But obviously you need to make sure that you're buying a phone from a manufacturer and also an ecosystem provider that is reliable and that is operating with integrity.
This leads me to the question of, is social media worth it?
I don't use social media because I believe that it takes up a lot of time and it puts a lot of pressure on your shoulders to kind of look perfect. So I found it just a bit too much pressure. I think there's different places that some are safe, some aren't, but I find that it's a bit of a toxic area. It changes people. I feel like that you just want to, you kind of start being jealous and you want to be perfect. And I just find that even if people are nice and all, I still feel like you become something that you really aren't. If I could give a message to people who use social media, I'd say don't let it take over your life. Try and use it to a minimum, and instead of posting every moment and trying to project this perfect life, just kind of use it to connect with people and share some amazing moments, but don't let it be the thing that takes over those moments.
Social media platforms are designed to get the maximum number of people to spend as much time as possible. Then they can sell these eyeballs to advertisers. They create experiences that are endless in nature and give you rewards as a user. For example, the endless scroll in your feeds or auto-playing of stories. Also, the social aspect is compelling. It's a place where you go to meet, connect, and interact with your friends. All of this can be very positive and affirming, or negative, depending on each individual and how they handle it.
I spend probably more time on my phone than I should, at least depending on how much homework I have, maybe like 3 or 4 hours a day.
So I'm now kind of trying to be under an hour a week, and I've got like an hour and 5 minutes, which is pretty good. But yeah, I'm just trying not to let my phone take my day away.
5 hours, 56 minutes. I'm unhealthy.
We can try to prevent the stealing of our data by setting up passwords, rejecting cookies, and not posting personal information online. But at the end of the day, all it takes is a few clicks for a so-called private life to be known by the public.